Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. And for Daniel Lopez out there, can you dig it? Nah, I can do it again. Welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? I don't know, man. I gotta do that right. Anyway, listen, if you are thinking about buying a used or new Kia, you definitely want to check this video out. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright, just like I said in the beginning of this video, you definitely want to pay attention not only to this video, but you want to pay attention to the comments in the comment section below, because down there is going to be some important information from people who either own a Kia or who have owned a Kia. They can give you a much better insight from the customer's point of view. Me, I am going to give you my insight from the mechanic's point of view, because sooner or later, whether it's new or whether it's used, I'll be knocking at your door. Can you dig it? All right. Let's get to Kia. Kia, this is kind of fun because Kia is following the path of a lot of manufacturers. They come up with a good design and then they end off making a bad design. Just like Nissan came out with the CVT. What do I mean by that? Now, if you do your research on this, anything before 2010, Kia did not have an engine with a timing chain. That is great news. Well, it's not great news depending on who you're asking. Because from a mechanic that like to rip you off, they want to see the timing chain. Honest mechanic, they like the belt. Why? I like the belt because the belt, their engines wasn't interference. And when they didn't say it was interference, actually when the belt broke, it went in a way that it didn't bend the valves. So you just changed the belt. Starting in 2011 to 2013 with the Sorento, Kia started out with the 2.4. Now, why don't I like the 2.4? Guys, if you've been following our channel, we did a video series on the Chevy Equinox 2.4. Failure to do the proper oil changes, put it in good oil, totally destroyed the engine. Why is that? Because the timing chain is controlled by a timing, the tensioner is controlled by a timing tensioner. And that timing tensioner works off oil pressure. So if you got cheap oil or don't do your oil changes when you're supposed to, that tensioner gets clogged up or it just fails. It just fails. And then it just messes up your whole engine. So now, if you look online, if you look up a 2013 Kia Sorento and you look up, it's going to say 2.4, look at the timing chain set. And then you pull up the Equinox. They look almost alike. So now, Kia owners have to religiously change their oil. And not just change it, you got to do it with some good quality oil. That means, and I'm sorry to put them down, don't take it to Precision Tune. Don't take it to Jiffy Lube. I'm sorry, guys. You got cheap oil. I can't help it. That's what you got. Maybe you should change it. Now, having said that, Kia before the timing chain thing, maybe they got a different tension. I don't know. But right now, I would stay away from it. Before that, though, these cars are great. So if you're thinking about owning a used one, these things are great and dependable. Put it this way. Look, I'm going to prove my point. Now, ask somebody or do a research online. Do your search online and ask the common problems Kia engines has. You won't find any because they don't have any. They're not like the big three because even though it's funny, People say, buy American. Buy American, Tim. Buy American. People, they say, oh, the foreign is junk. But yet, if you do your research on the Kia engine, you won't find any common problems with their engine. But with the big three, we can go on forever. Right now, we can go with Chrysler with their ticking noises and the camshaft and the valve rockers breaking and the Hemi engine, the valve springs break, the valves drop down to the engine. It will burn a valve with no problem. Just so many issues. GM with their 2.4 and 3.6 engine with the timing chains. If you don't change the oil properly, and sometimes even if you don't use a quality oil, that messes up. Ford. Oh man, see, I shouldn't say nothing about Ford because, but Ford got some issues as well. Because this guy's Gerard, Sean loved the 4.6. Did you guys notice? Check this out. On the Ford Mustang, Ford came out, got that Mustang, got that 5.0, got that chain, that's the one little chain. Chevy did the same thing, got the chain. Then they came out with the 4.6 with the 3 chains or 2 chains. Just totally messed up. Just started, especially Ford with the Triton 3-valve engine, just started messing up. And did you notice what each of those manufacturers did? They went right back. When it came to the 8s and all that, they came right back to their original design. And now, the 5.3 and the 6.8, everybody wants an LS engine. And it's based on that same 350, that old 350 back in the 60s. And Ford, that same 302. The same thing. They went back to it. Now, I don't understand why Kia taking something so dependable, something that does not break down, there's not a common issue, and now they're going to stick this 2.4 timing chain in it, and I'm not sure about the V6s, I'm not sure what they're going to have, but now it's going to be an issue. So, having said that, if you're thinking about getting a Kia, be prepared. First of all, if you're thinking about the older ones, before 2010, you're thinking about getting a used one, you're good to go. I mean, things are great. But when they break down, the labor can be costly on some things. Not all, but a lot of things. When you're going to be talking about the ones after 2010, I'm not sure because we haven't really worked on them yet. But based on what they are, the 2.4, and that timing chain set looks so similar to the 2.4 Chevy, I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of problems out there. And there's going to be a lot of money to be made. I'm getting on that waiting list. So, in the comment section below, you guys and girls who owns a Kia, be sure to put it down there to let us know your experience so when people see it, they say, oh, well, that's a one. And whatever like that. All right? This is Timmy for another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. See you next time.